Hi and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. This is going to be a reading for Leo, um, for the sign of Leo, for the period Sagittarius season leading up to Capricorn season. But regardless of when you find this or what signs you have in your chart, there might be a message here for you. And that has just been confirmed to me. I started these readings, I think, Thursday or Friday last week. And today I have been checking the astrology because I am not an astrologer. I just read the cards and channel the energy that I can sense. And all the readings are lining up with the astrology. Very interesting times we are in. So, let's see for this Leo reading, what energy do we need to be aware of? We have a Gemini full moon today. Check the previous readings I did for more information about the Gemini full moon. But there is communication in the air. And the themes, out of a whole deck of cards, the same few cards have been popping out again and again. And I shuffled before, after the readings, during the readings. And this one came out in the previous reading for Cancer. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And this is for Sagittarius season. Today we have a full moon in Gemini though. But I feel like there's a big theme about what is your role in the world, your role in your family, in society, your purpose, what you do for work, what you do in your family, how you live your life. It is all significant for the bigger picture for humanity. But let's see what else comes through here. Give me one more, please, for Leo. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So Sagittarius to Capricorn season. So someone might be reaching the end of a really tough cycle. I want to say that a lot of people in the world right now is going through a really tough period. Obviously, there are those that are not going through a difficult time and life is really good. And I think sometimes we need to know that we have lessons in life and karma to deal with, but you can't get so down on yourself that you feel like there's something wrong with you. When we talk about healing and that kind of thing, it's really just growth and learning from past mistakes and improving who we are and changing perspectives and all of that. You can't look at your neighbor and say, okay, they're doing well, like I'm just a terrible person, or I deserve this, or I'm not good enough. That type of energy is not going to get us anywhere. But this feels like good news, and luck is on your side. If you're finding this, then please know that if you've been going through a period, I feel like collectively we all, like, everybody can't be going through a really hard time. I know there's a lot of people going through a hard time, but there are those that would be doing okay and they can hold space for those that are not. And then at another point in time the roles are reversed, and it's really important to notice during your difficult times who's there for you, who shows up for you, and who doesn't, and what your relationship dynamics are like when things are difficult. Sometimes we lose people because we don't appreciate them when we have them, when they are good to us, and sometimes we keep people around us that are not good for us. Um, but there's like another book in there, New Moon to Full Moon. Luck is on your side. It's about to turn in your favor. And these two arrows together is like um, full steam ahead, like things are about to move forward for you. The colors on this card seem significant. Let's see what the book says about these energies. We can all learn some astrology. It's really helpful. I have been just picking up things as I come across information and do these readings, and it's really been super helpful. So the New Moon in Sagittarius card says Sagittarius is the sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. It's the sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best. Something's going to put a smile on your face. Like a tough ending and a happy new beginning. There might be some travel in the cards for someone as well. Let's see what the full moon in Sagittarius says. This can be about thinking too much about the details of a dilemma and fretting over the minutiae, which can be counterproductive. Or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. I'm hearing sirens in the background. Find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Again, I'm getting the energy of being curious and explorative with your perceptions and your ideas and your plans. Putting a little fun into it and not overly focusing on the many negative details of whatever has been happening or is happening, but almost like turn it around. Make it a fun exercise to find a solution to this, or at least be happy that when a problem or problems are exposed, that means that there's potential for positive change, for new things, for growth, for things to be better than they were before. If you realize that something breaks in your house, there's potential for it to be replaced with something better, or for you to find a different way of doing things and not needing that appliance or something like that. Okay, please clarify what is coming. What is this luggage on your side? We have the light of the world in reverse, which is a number 10, which is a completion. We have the Ark of the Covenant. This came out in the previous reading, and this also came out in the previous reading. I almost feel like I need to stop doing the zodiac readings now because the themes are so similar. This was in reverse though, in the previous reading. Upright, this is about having your higher self, the divine, metaphorically knocking on your door and bringing you a message or some light or divine guidance or help, and you being too distracted to pick up on it. And I feel like it in reverse is like you are getting the divine guidance, it's coming through, and there might be some enlightenment about your soul path, and you finally seeing the treasure that lies within you, the treasure that you are, the gift that you are to this world. And 3 of Forces, the bird's nest. Something around family and children is significant. Taking care of home. This is also about if you are in a fortunate position, taking care of the people that God and the universe is sort of assigned to you. And this is where it becomes tricky, because we might feel obligated and loyal to certain people that are just not good for us. And there was something about relationships reaching an expiry date in the previous reading. Knowing that certain relationships must end and who it is that you should be loyal to and helping. And my bird is starting to call me because the weather seems to be changing outside. So birds are significant, butterflies are significant. I feel like you're needing to make sure your little nest is cozy and good, and emotionally, physically, because sorry, my bird is distracting me now. When we share the load in this world, there should be an abundance of everything for everyone. But it's because the load isn't equally shared. Like you have single parent households, and that's not to say everybody should be married and have children. The one person having to look after many people in a family and in community, like in our country, it's like the middle class is just carrying the weight of the entire country, when the wealth is not evenly distributed. And obviously the lower class, and I hate using that term, but for understanding, is getting the least. There's so much imbalance that it puts strain on certain people, and certain people just have it easy. Easy is debatable. But there are people that are connected to us, not just biologically and by blood, but by soul, that are meant to be a part of our lives for a season and some for a lifetime. We know the cliches, and it is true. Let's get one card to close this off, because all the other readings are coming together, and they are just small details that are different. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And again, I feel like that's so self-explanatory. What things are you closing your eyes to not rock the boat? How are you hiding yourself so that you don't draw attention to yourself? And maybe that's exactly what you need to be doing for the right reason, of course, not for clout or for whatever, but because you're being authentic and you're being honest and you're sharing your experiences, your wisdom, your gifts. And at the bottom of the deck here we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Someone might be traveling and going on a retreat, or that's something that you should do. But don't forget to rest. I feel like we need more and more rest and self-care than what we are able to give ourselves, and we need to just try and do that more often. um, be a unique version of yourself. When you do that, the people that you don't vibe with, that are not meant to be in your life, and not even that, sometimes people are not bad. You're just your season with them has passed, and now it's time to move on, because we all have positive and negative things about us. But if you are your authentic self, if I am into cars and you are into sports, and we just don't have anything to talk about, if I keep talking about sports and pretending I don't like to talk about cars, then I'm going to be unhappy in my relationship. And then you're holding a space where I could meet somebody that I could talk to about cars, or no, do whatever. That's just an example. Um, matching Matching people's energies is not authentic. It's about maintaining your own high vibrational frequency in your unique way, and then you will attract your matches. You will be able to see is who you can work with on certain things, who you can build with on certain things. Um, and maybe even some places we need to compartmentalize our lives, and this is people that I work with, this is family, this is people that I do this with. And if you're lucky enough to find people that you resonate with on all levels, then those are the people that you need to hold on to, because those are the people that get you through the tough cycles when you really, really need them. Leo, that is the reading. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you again in another video.